Hi guys, today is Sunday, December 16, 2017. I had something I wanted to share that happened to me that hasn't happened to me in the last 5 years at all. Um, I met a man in the senior social group that we had been connecting with and kind of developing a friendship. And I don't know if he knew I was transgender because in the group it kind of got around word of mouth, grapevine. But he's a new member just the last few months, and I didn't know if he knew. Um, we were talking about going and doing things, getting out involved with more groups and stuff, and he talked about he had gone to one of the dinners at the Elks Club with a father-in-law or something like that, and that it was really nice, and also they had dances and all this other stuff, and that maybe we could get together and go have dinner, go do some dancing. And I thought, well, at that point I needed to let him know that as a transgender man, I don't like to dance with women. I've tried, really don't like it. So I didn't want to just say I don't want to go dancing with you, because I want to do other things. I want to leave that open. So I decided, unfortunately, I did it on email. Should have been done in person, but we hadn't really been getting together in person except at the senior luncheons and that stuff. So I thought, well, since we're having this conversation back and forth about lining something up, I thought, I better say something. I really need to for my own benefit, because when I don't let people know I'm transgender, I have to hide things like the fact that I had a husband, that I was, various things that had happened in my life. That I'd been in Job's Daughters, that I'd been Honored Queen, that I had been in Exchange Club, in one of the first women to join after they allowed women in 1986, one of the first woman to become a president at one of the clubs. Big milestones. Couldn't share that with them. And it's easier for me, more relaxed, if I can let them know. So I don't have to hide that. I don't have to put this wall up and worry about having this wall up and, saying the wrong thing or calling myself, accidentally I misgender myself sometimes and talk about she or her. Anyway, in the email, I just tried to let him know. I said, I don't know if you knew that I was transgender. And along with that came the fact that going from being a straight female, I am now considered a gay male. I don't like being considered gay. I just like, nothing against it, I just don't like the label. I'm just a person that likes men, period. Anyway, so I says, because of that, I don't like to dance with women. Didn't want to just say I don't want to go. And so I kind of left it at that. And I didn't get an email back from him for a couple days. And from my past experience, when I expose myself like that and people don't respond very quickly, I get this bad feeling. Sure enough, I get an email a couple days later, very terse. I'm not into that kind of lifestyle, so no thank you. That was it. So I emailed back. There again, I should have called him instead of emailing. Emails are not that great. You can't judge and see the other person's body language and the way you talk. It's different. It can be misinterpreted. So I emailed back and I told him, I says, I'm sorry that you thought I was hitting on you, but I wasn't. And that's just not who I am. You can talk to anybody else in the group, like, all the men, the women, they know that's not who I am, what I do. My lifestyle is basically I get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, get dressed, go to work, come home, have dinner. That's my lifestyle. And I don't go out pub crawling or looking for guys. And I really didn't say it all in that much. I'm kind of expanding now. But anyway, and I told him, I says, I feel that we've got a good relationship going, and I just needed to let you know about that so that you would understand why I said, no, I don't want to go dancing. So another couple days go by, and I said, oh, sure enough, comes back, and it said, basically, I really can't continue this relationship. I'm very uncomfortable with it. So there are some close to me that know how hard this hit me. I've been trying to reach out and make friends, and for one reason or another, people just haven't been coming to me. I can't seem to. Oh yeah, well, we'll get together. Okay, that's nice, and nothing happens, and I'm just so lonely. And one of the reasons I joined the senior group was to try and meet people so I'd have things to do and get together with other people, FaceTime. And so it hit me really hard that I had lost another potential friend. And it was a really rough time that day, and that night I made a lot of phone calls. I needed to touch base. I needed to just talk to people, just get out of my own head for a while, because it really, really messed me up. Almost pushed me right over the edge, which is not a far trip for me. So I just wanted to share that with you. There's a lot of things where I am very, very glad I transitioned. I'm very, very glad that I made this choice. But there are things that we lose because of it. We lose family and friends. Some of us lose business customers. Most people don't say anything to you, they just back off. They just don't want to be around you. And it can be very, very lonely. I would really, really like to have other trans men in the area that I can share with one-on-one, FaceTime, just hang out together, and just little snippets of conversation. Facebook, I got a lot of friends on Facebook, but to me it's artificial. It's not real. It's easy to say a word or two to somebody, but I need FaceTime with people. I need to be with them and do little tit for tat, back and forth conversation, stuff that you can only get if you're in person with someone. The next level is a phone call. And the person that I ended up getting on the phone with, a very dear friend from high school, we talked for about an hour and a half, and I learned things about him that I didn't know. He learned things about me. There were questions that he wanted to know about transgender and how it affected me, and we got to talking about things and laughing about things and being sad about things, and we were being real with each other, and I needed that. I just needed real. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. I hate to get off a video and then a couple minutes later after I stop and go, oh, I want to talk about that too. But I think that's it for now. Just wanted to share that. So I'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to turn this thing off. So I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.